Hi everybody, Little Prepper Lady here. Today is May 12th, 2019, and it's Mother's Day. So first thing that I want to do is I'm just petting my dog Zeus over here, so he's always got to be by Mama's side. So I just wanted to come on here real quick and say Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. You know, whatever type of mom you are, whether you are, Zeus. No. Go with Izzy. Whether, you're a biological mom, a stepmom, a grandma, a mother-in-law, a sister, aunt, cousin, whatever. Moms are important. All types of moms are important. So we need to make sure, that we are recognizing moms and the sacrifices they make on a daily basis. And we're acknowledging them and loving, them on today especially. You should be loving them every single day, but you definitely want to, love them, especially today, and let them know how appreciated and cared about that they are. I personally, I'm a mom of 5, so my boyfriend has 2 children, so I have a stepdaughter and a stepson. I'm not sure where Brie went. I think she went back downstairs. And then my stepson, he actually lives with his mom in the city, so he's not here today. And then I have Izzy and Cameron also. So Izzy is my stepdaughter's friend, and she stays with us because her situation is not like the greatest situation. And then of course there's my son Cameron, so you can come over here and say hi. He's mad. He's trying to get a video game package going and it's not working the greatest for him. What's it telling you, dude?
It signed me out of my PlayStation network and I don't know my password or my email address.
Oh, well, I'll help you with it in a minute, okay?
No, I can't get back in.
No, we'll figure it out.
Zach was the one.
All right, well, I can message Zach and ask him what the passwords and stuff are, so that's okay. So that's Cameron. It's kind of crazy around here. Like, my kids are all here, most of them, because it is Mother's Day and it's Sunday and they're getting ready to go to school tomorrow. So everybody's, and I have to actually take him back home to his dad's here shortly. So that's kind of, my day-to-day thing that goes on around here. So, back to what I was saying. So we also have to remember on Mother's Day that not only are we, thanking Mom for the sacrifices that she made and, showing her how appreciative we are of all the things that she does on the day-to-day, grind of the world. But we also have to thank the single dads out there. Hats off to you guys. Honestly, it's really difficult being a mother, and then you have to be a mother and a father at the same time. So I know it's not easy. It is hard. It is hard to be a mom. Moms have it a little bit easier than dads probably do. We have that natural maternal instinct to, care and nurture for our children. I mean, we grew them and, we deliver them into the world. So we automatically have that instilled in us. Men don't have that. So for the men that, have to do both the jobs, hats off to you, for real. It's a hard job, and you need to be appreciated, all the time as well. And you need to be you actually make out better, honestly. You're appreciated on Mother's Day and Father's Day, so that's awesome. But basically, I wanted to come on here and just talk about, preparing our kids for the future. Whatever could potentially happen, all of the things that are going on in the world are crazy, crazy things. We see things all day, every day. Our news feeds are bombarded with things that are going on in the world. YouTube's bombarded with things that are going on in the world and things that could potentially, create catastrophes in not only the United States, but the entire world. So we see all of those things and we know that something is probably coming and it could potentially be unavoidable. So we're trying to get prepared for that. But we have to remember that we have to teach our kids that too. Because this generation, unfortunately, is run on electronics. They don't know any better than, being able to go over to their computer screen or their phone and going into Google or Cortana or Siri and asking them a question. Not having to actually physically think about things and try to get their information a different way. So us as an older generation, we need to take the knowledge that we have and pass it on to our youth. Now, me, I'm in my almost mid-30s, and my mother made sure that she taught me how to grow food, how to make food. We always had a strawberry garden. We always had tomato plants, cucumbers, peppers, all that kind of stuff. So I know how to do that. I'm not the greatest at it. I could use some more, experience with that, and I plan on doing that once I get my greenhouse up and going. In my backyard, I want to definitely grow all of my herbs and spices, and some vegetables as well. She also taught me how to knit, crochet. So those things are, crucial. If you can't go to the store and buy things, you need to know how to be able to make things that you're going to need, whether it be blankets or clothes, anything like that. So those are essential things that I passed on to my daughter, and she knows how to do those things, and those are things that I'm going to try to pass on to Brianna as well, and make sure that she has those skills also. She's a little bit younger. She's only 14. She has a hard time focusing on things, so it's a work in progress with her, but we'll get there. As for my son, he knows how to hunt and fish and track game and do all those kind of outdoorsy things because of his father. So he is set as far as that aspect goes, but I also want him to know how to do grow his own food, and which he does do gardening with his dad, so that's good. But I want him to know how to make bread, make any type of meal. I mean, he cooks with me all the time. I make sure that he knows how to cook. And I just want to make sure that my kids are set in case they wake up one morning and there's no water and there's no electricity. They need to, know how to survive in that situation. And they're going to take that stuff from me. It's our responsibility to pass, whatever knowledge that we can onto our youth. And, there's some of us out there who are very well versed in certain things and some of us who aren't. Any little bit of knowledge is going to help, because knowledge is power. I don't care what kind of knowledge it is. If you have different knowledge than another person, that's power in my aspect. You're going to be able to use that information, and you can use it to your advantage, because you're going to be able to know how to do things that somebody else doesn't know how to do. And if you work together as a team because they know how to do something that you don't know how to do, then everybody should be able to survive and thrive and flourish. So that's essentially all I wanted to come on here today and say, is it's important that you guys are, spreading your knowledge onto your children or your grandchildren, or whoever it is that will listen in today's youth. Take the time, take just a little bit of time, one day a week, and do a couple of things that will be beneficial for them in the future. Teach them a new skill, teach them how to make a fire, teach them how to cut and stack wood. Those kinds of things are essential in some type of situation that could potentially happen here in the near future. And if it does happen in our generation, and we've taught those skills to our kids, they're going to know them now. They're going to be able to help us out in our situation now, and they won't feel at that point in time that they aren't contributing to things because they have no idea what's going on. They will understand that this is a possibility of something that could have happened, and it happens. Excuse me. And then they can help out and assist with, any type of situation that's going on and anything that's needed, because they'll already have those skills. And if nothing ever does happen, whether it be in our generation or their generation, at least they have those skills and they can do things with it. It's always important to have as much knowledge as you possibly can. You can't have too much knowledge. So if you're well versed and you're well versed in teaching your children different things, then that's going to make them rounded individuals, and they're going to be more contributive to society as a whole. And that's the only thing that we can hope for, is that we're making a generation of children that are going to contribute to the world that we live in and make it a better place, hopefully. So that's all I wanted to say for today, guys. I actually have to go run my son home and pick my daughter up. And then I want to make it back for Ed's live stream at 8 o'clock this evening. And I have some other things I want to get done today, too. So always remember, everything happens for a reason. If you're having a good day, a bad day, you're in a bad situation or a good situation, it's all happening for a reason. So just don't lose sight of, the fact that you're on that journey for a reason, and everything's going to be okay. And always remember, forget about the past. Be thinking about the future, but live in the now. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. We all cannot be here tomorrow. So it's very important that you're doing the best that you can to live in love and laugh and cherish and care about each other now, because we don't know if we could be here tomorrow. But at the same time, while you're doing all of that, be preparing for the future, because if there is a future, you need to know that you're going to be the one and your families are going to be the ones that are going to survive through it. So that's all I have. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Mother's Day. Have a great night, and I will talk to you tomorrow.